And it's your boy Gio.
And welcome back to Chaos Crew.
Jeremy, how you doing this past month? How was your month?
My month's been pretty good until I got bit by a plant, but you know.
Oh yeah, that was really weird to look at.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's just like a, you know what today, hoy.
You know, I don't bl- What's the word I'm looking for? I believe you. I truly believe you. I don't disbelieve you. Whatever phrase comes to your mind, I don't know. There's also our first episode we're recording before noon, so our minds aren't completely awake yet.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing right now.
But we do have a fun episode for y'all today because we are going to go over some controversial / hot takes, mainly food opinions.
It would have been more fun if I remembered the hot sauce.
Yeah, we did have a plan for either one of us or both of us to just take a shot of hot sauce. That was like what, habanero based, as you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, but oh well, maybe we'll try that for another day.
another day, yeah.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read off some of these hot takes to Jeremy. We're gonna discuss them, and then move on to the next one. For y'all that are interested, these hot takes are from Ranker.com and from BoardPanda.com. Obviously, not sponsored. And at the end of it all, I'm gonna read off some hot takes from the board game Hot Takes. Again, not sponsored. Hot Takes is a cool little party game that's from the same creators as What Do You Meme, Incoherent, those types of games. So, let's get this started. You ready, Jeremy?
As rare as I can be.
Alright, so Whoa, Nelly. Alright, so this first one's from Ranker, and all these hot takes are tweets. So I'm just gonna read them out like in whatever first person take they're in.
Alrighty.
First one. I think eating pickles from the jar is good, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Eating pickles straight. What do you think about that, Jeremy?
Like just eating a straight pickle.
Yep, grabbing that sucker straight from the jar and just eating it as is.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I love it. I love a good dill spear.
I'm not on that train with you, man. I can only tolerate a pickle when it's in a burger.
Why? Pickles are so good, though. Like, what's the difference between it being on a burger and off a burger?
It's just, by itself, it's just so salty. It's saltier than me during a game of Fortnite, man. I need, like, other things to kind of, like, blend in with it.
What kind of pickles are you getting that are so extremely salty?
Okay, not really salty, but I guess, like, the whole, like, acidic, like, vinegary type taste. It's just a bit much for me, man.
Alright, I suppose. I mean, to each their own, but pickles out just straight out of the jar are good. Actually, I kind of want some now.
I will say, I think I've had it once, where I took a shot of whiskey with some pickle juice, and I was able to vibe with that.
What you need to try are what is it? There's a specific type of pickle that's not as vinegary. It's like there's like a bread and butter pickle. I can't remember the exact title of it. Hold on, but there's one that's
I think they're called like bread and butter chips or something like that. I don't know. I used to work at a supermarket, so going down the pickle aisle, I'd always see these weird names.
Yeah, what you want are what you should probably try are the bread and butter chip pickles. While they're not dills, they're definitely less vinegary than regular pickles.
Huh. Actually, I take back my opinion. The only pickle that I have been able to tolerate to eat by themselves are those like sweet little like gherkins, those small ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those guys slap.
So you lied about your earlier statement. While it's a specific brand, it still counts as eating them out of the jar.
Okay, not eating them straight out the jar, but like, when they're like topped on like a cocktail or like a burger, eating that little one pickle by itself, it can slap.
I still say it's a lie.
Well, anyways, on to the next one. Let's see, the next food take is, if I say I love cookie dough and you mention salmonella, you don't really love me or want me to feel joy.
Ever since I was a kid, eaten raw cookie dough.
Same.
Like, that might be more of a generational thing than anything else. Because, like, when we were kids, our parents didn't care about the super slim chance of getting salmonella.
Yeah, especially from like making like cake batter or brownie batter and stuff. Like I would eat that shit straight off the mixer.
Yeah,
straight from the bowl too.
Both me and my sister did the same thing growing up. Plus, it was less waste at the end of the day because instead of rinsing and throwing away the batter that you can't get out of the bowl, someone just eats it. It's less of a waste of food.
Exactly. All right, so that was the most.
Come at me, internet.
That was a pretty tame one. All right, Jeremy, since you're from Tennessee, maybe this one might hit home hard for you. Who knows? Salt goes on grits. If you want something sweet, eat oatmeal.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not a big grits person.
All right. Hold up. What?
I'm not a big grits person. I'll eat them. I'll eat them if it comes with the meal that I'm getting or all that, but it's not something that I would just have on its own.
I will say I agree with this opinion. I tried having like sweet buttered grits before. It just wasn't hitting it for me. I need it to be salty. I gotta put like some pepper on it, maybe make some scrambled eggs with it, and it hits.
All right. Again, I'm not a big grits person, so that one doesn't really affect me one way or the other.
All right. I'm gonna fight this one. Nutella wasn't ever as good as y'all were acting like it was. That is a lie.
It is absolutely not as good as everyone says it is.
All right, man. Go ahead. You go first.
What else is there to say? It was not as good as everyone made it out to be. It's hazelnut. What's the big deal with hazelnut? Why is that so amazing? There was all kinds of hazelnut stuff before Nutella was even made.
Because it is a good, thick, hazelnut chocolatey spread.
If I want chocolate spread, I would not want hazelnut on it. I think hazelnut screws up the chocolate flavor.
Whew. That is quite the opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will say this. Like the actual Nutella brand, it has to be a hard pass because they put so much like oil and then sugar in that stuff. Now if you can make Nutella at home, like a lot more natural without much of that stuff, it still hits.
I still say no. But I'm also a guy that personally I do not like my chocolate mixed with anything else. I don't like Reese's, I don't like chocolate and peanut butter together. I don't like I just don't like things on top of my chocolate. Like other things like hazelnut or peanut butter and things like that. If it's chocolate and like almonds, that's fine, but nothing like no other like texture really works for me.
Oh, so like not really anything that has like its own like strong flavor by itself.
Correct, yeah.
So like a chocolate covered peanut?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I get it. You want something to like kind of overpower the taste of the chocolate.
Correct.
That is a fair opinion.
So what you're saying is I'm right about hazelnut being overrated then.
Alright, I'm still fighting you on that one because Nutella slaps. This next one separates the boys from the men. A steak cooked in a cast iron skillet is better than one on the grill.
I disagree with both of those. You need to cook a steak in a smoker.
Okay. That was quite the wild card.
Yes, it is. Have you ever had a steak cooked from a smoker?
I can't say I've had. I've always cooked my steaks I've always cooked my steaks like from home in my cast iron skillet, and once I went to a restaurant they cooked me up a bison steak, but it was sous vide style. So I don't think I've ever had like an actual smoker.
Oh, let me tell you, it's so good. You obviously have to use like wood chips for a smoker instead of like charcoal and all that, because part of the cooking process is the smoke like infuses the meat. So like use like hickory wood chips. It gives it a really like this really good like kind of really good steak taste with a little bit of like extra extra like hit. It's so good.
Okay, okay. I can definitely believe that. Let's see. This next one is just straight up. Oysters are disgusting.
Never had them. Have no opinion.
They're good. It is definitely an acquired taste. It's like all slimy and stuff, and the way it like slides down your throat. You do gotta throw a little bit of Tabasco sauce on it for it to hit just right.
I'll take your word for it.
And I'm definitely gonna fight this one. Ketchup is mostly a condiment made for children, and is easily the worst of all tomato-based sauces.
There's only like, okay, to start off with, tomato or ketchup is not a sauce.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a sauce.
It's a paste. It's absolutely a paste.
For a paste, shouldn't it be like a lot more thicker? Because there's actual tomato paste.
There is actual tomato paste, but like ketchup would definitely be. I would definitely consider ketchup a type of paste because if you don't spread it, it keeps its form relatively well in the area you put it.
Huh, that's an experiment I'm gonna need to try sometime.
Yeah, like if you just like, even if it's just like a small little puddle, it still keeps that shape until you start mixing things around. If you put it on top of a bun, it'll still keep that kind of shape until you like spread it on the bun. Same with mustard; it's more of a paste.
All right, mustard is definitely a lot more thicker than ketchup.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mustard's thicker than ketchup for sure. I'm just saying they're both in like a similar vein when it comes to consistency. Just not super close, but in similar veins. But regardless, ketchup is not a kid specific, whatever you want to characterize it as. Because like what kind of maniac doesn't want ketchup on a burger?
Exactly, or ketchup with some fries.
Now with fries, I actually prefer barbecue sauce.
You know what's barbecue sauce, but not spicy ketchup, and a little bit thicker.
We gonna fight over that.
How's that for a food hot take, huh?
But yeah, no, like ketchup is for any age, anyone who wants it. Heck, there are some people that even put adults who put ketchup on their eggs for breakfast. That is a thing that people do.
Yeah, and I will fight every single person who does that.
I'm just saying that I'm just using that as a reference point of ketchup's not just for kids. It's not tricks, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Alright, next one we have Hershey's chocolate is terrible.
No. Just no. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely one of the sweeter chocolates. But like anyone who eats chocolate and just chews and swallows is eating chocolate wrong.
I will say this. I'm down for some Hershey's, but objectively, all chocolates made in America could be a little bit better.
Oh yeah, they definitely could. But
and by a little bit better, I mean not so much concentrated, not concentrated with so much damn sugar.
Oh yeah, no, I
Holy
agree.
Hell.
But like, people don't realize that a portion of the flavor of chocolate you get when you let it melt.
Oh,
like
yeah.
get any chocolate and let it melt on your tongue, you get more flavor than just if you chew it and let it go.
Oh yeah, like if you get some of that like 70% like cacao, like dark chocolate.
That's the shit.
Hell yeah, you actually taste like that pure chocolatey goodness.
But I would not say that Hershey's is like particularly bad. Like for a sweet chocolate, it's good.
Especially when they release like the Hershey's like heart-shaped chocolates like every year for Valentine's Day.
Oh, the caramel filled ones?
Ooh. Okay, hold up, backtrack. You say you don't like stuff with strong flavors. What's your chocolate? But you're down for caramel?
Caramel's not that strong of a flavor. Caramel's a fairly light flavor, actually.
I'll accept that opinion. I think it depends on the caramel too, cause like some caramels like just be tasting like straight up like burnt sugar. Other caramels are like a lot more smoother.
Yeah, like Werther's caramels.
Okay, Werther's is it is the goat. Werther's is the goat of caramel. You cannot tell me otherwise.
I cannot, because I don't know many other caramel companies.
Ghirardelli makes a caramel, and it literally tastes like what I said earlier, like just straight up burnt
Yeah,
sugar.
but Ghirardelli doesn't just make caramel. Like they make candy treats. That's what they make.
Yeah.
Werther's makes caramels, like flat out. That's their primary selling point.
Yeah, whereas Ghirardelli like tries to make many things, Werther's is good at just one thing.
Yeah.
Right. This next opinion made me laugh when I read it earlier. If coffee didn't have caffeine, no one would drink it. It's like watered down motor oil. That's why people put 20 other things in it at Starbucks.
So I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. I'd rather drink dirty leaf water than dirty bean water.
I'm gonna be that weirdo that says this. I drink my coffee decaf. I know, crucify me. But like some of the beans, I don't know if it's because I like to do a lot of home cooking and stuff. Some of the beans do have different flavors in them, but to be fair, I always gotta put like a bunch of other shit in it too.
Yeah, again, to me, dirty leaf water tastes better than dirty bean water. I don't know.
Fair. Coffee's just too bitter sometimes.
Yeah. I'm already bitter enough. I don't need to be extra.
Let's see what we got here. This clown said, I don't understand how anyone likes mushrooms.
So, okay, here's the thing. I love mushrooms. I love them. They're one of my favorite additions to most meals. However, Haley is allergic to mushrooms, so I don't get to eat them anymore.
I go through something kind of similar. I fucking love mushrooms. But Jessica, she cannot stand mushrooms at all. She says it tastes like dirt.
Yeah, no, I love mushrooms. Like, there is definitely a mushroom limit.
Oh yeah.
But I believe mushrooms do taste really good. I love them.
This person said chocolate and mint should never be combined.
I agree. I love mint. I love chocolate. I do not like them together. Too much.
I respectfully disagree, only because chocolate and peppermint, they slap during Christmas season.
You know what else slaps during Christmas season? Hot chocolate and marshmallows. Much better than hot chocolate and peppermint.
Peppermint and hot chocolate with marshmallows. I was about to say mushrooms. What the fuck?
You know what you need to try? Sorry,
what?
Going back a couple. You need to try mushroom coffee.
I've heard of it. I always see ads of it everywhere.
I just thought about that because we were just talking about mushrooms and then coffee before. I was like, wait a minute. You can have both.
It's like called mud water or something.
I don't remember what it's called. It's something like that.
Yeah, I always see the ads of it and they show like all the different mushrooms that they put in it. But the ads are so annoying because they put cordyceps in there. Which, you know, is just, for us humans, a benign fungus.
Yep.
But you know, ever since the Last of Us TV show came out, everyone thinks cordyceps will lead to us turning into clickers. Where were y'all in 2013 when the game came out? Anyways, I'm fighting this opinion. Ranch dressing is awful.
On what? I need a specification on that because, like, I like my ranch dressing when I use it as a pizza dipping. I sometimes use it as a salad dressing, but not very often.
This tweet is just in general. Ranch dressing is awful and everything and should be left in the grocery store shelf. To which I say, you are wrong. Ranch dressing is the GOAT.
Ranch dressing, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the GOAT. Like it's good, but it's not the best.
Hey, I'll dip my fries in ranch. I'll dip my pizza in ranch. I'll dip mozzarella sticks in ranch.
My favorite dressing is Italian.
Okay, when it comes to an actual dressing, Italian slaps.
But ranch is good with regular pepperoni pizza. I do like ranch and pepperoni.
Oh hell yeah! Next one, lobster has no taste.
I've never really had lobster. I've had like other shellfish, and I would imagine like lobster would have a similar like flavor palette, so it wouldn't be tasteless.
Yeah, I think this person must have had like COVID or something, because
all shellfish All shellfish have a flavor.
Yeah. Now, this person did follow up with saying that lobster also has a horrible texture to it, to which case I will understand. Shellfish texture is definitely different.
It's definitely different, correct? Yeah, all shellfish are kind of on the slimy side, but I like shellfish. Although I don't like fish, I like shellfish.
Fair. This next person said, donuts aren't really that good.
I mean, they're not. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll eat a donut. I like donuts, but like, they're not the best tasting treat around. Like, donuts to me are more one of those things. If I see one, I'll eat one, but I'm not gonna go out of my way for donuts ever.
For me, it's like, what kind of donut? Because if it's just like straight up like, just a donut by itself, nothing on it, it's a hard pass. Now, if it's like a freshly glazed donut from Krispy Kreme, then we're talking business.
Actually, I retract my statement a little bit. I will kind of, depending on my mood, I will go out of my way for a Boston cream.
They hit. They can hit.
They hit.
Alright. This next person said, avocado makes everything, but specifically sushi, worse. It's unnecessary and bland.
Not right, but not wrong.
I would say avocado, it depends. You gotta use it for the right stuff, in my opinion.
And also, it has to have the right, like, seasoning. Because avocado by itself is bland.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So they're not wrong on that count. However, avocado prepped the right way can make things really delicious. Like, at one of the restaurants nearby, I always replace their nacho sauce with guacamole for one of their burritos. And I love it. It's such a good swap. It tastes so good.
Hell yeah. The other day, my girl and I, we made burgers at home. And I just put some avocado in there. You know, it's a nice creaminess.
Yeah.
And, you know, because it's bland, it's able to absorb all, like, the actual, like, greasy saltiness from, like, the burger and the bacon. It's all about that balance, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like there's a work-life balance, there's an avocado to grease balance.
Hell yeah. Alright, this one says, deviled eggs are inedible trash.
Fuck you? Excuse you? I love a good deviled egg. Like, my god, you don't even understand. I grew up, every single family gathering there were deviled eggs, and they were one of the best treats they were. They're so, like, and they're not hard to make. They're really easy to make, and they're just so good.
What is it again? Just a hard-boiled egg? You take out the yolk and you mix it up with something to kind of turn into like a yolk paste?
Yeah, kind of, and you put it back in the egg, and you can eat it cold.
I'm gonna say I have zero opinion on it because I don't think I've had a good deviled egg yet.
I'm gonna see if I can make you some, cause like, man, let me tell you, I love a good deviled egg. My god.
I'm fighting this clown. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's just a rant, but just the first sentence. Pizza is the most overrated food on the planet.
Okay, well, let me preface to say I do like pizza. I love pizza, but it is absolutely overrated.
I will respectfully disagree with that statement.
Well, it's just like, again, don't get me wrong, I do love pizza, but like, what is all the hype? Like, why is there so much hype around getting pizza? It's a good meal. It's a good party meal. It's not. It should be like a deal breaker kind of thing if it's something else other than pizza.
I guess because when you get like the right pizzas, like for example, like if you get a good pizza where the crust underneath is like perfectly crunchy and like has enough like stability and stuff with a good melty cheese on top, it makes you think otherwise. Now other random pizzas like the Giorno, Red Baron, the frozen stuff, Crucify Me, is incredibly mid.
No, it is. It's not meant to be amazing because it's like, it's cheap pizza. That's what that is. But it's still edible. It's still good. It's just not like amazing. But even then, amazing pizza, it's not like, even amazing pizza, it's just like there's no need for like major celebration. Like, you shouldn't throw a party for the pizza. You should throw a party for the person.
Italians are crying everywhere.
Yeah, because pizza's overrated and pizza didn't actually originate in Italy.
Let's see what this next one is. Ew. Ew. This is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
This person said eggnog and Sprite is an elite non-alcoholic winter drink. I like eggnog. I like Sprite. I'm not gonna have the two together.
I mean, no, there could be something there.
Guess we'll just have to try that out in like 7 to 8 months.
Like, I mean, what's the eggnog flavor? It's kind of like cinnamony,
slightly eggy,
slightly eggy,
and a bit of nutmeg.
And a bit of nutmeg. All right, yeah, I could see how Sprite could go with that because you got to think Sprite is just lemon lime soda, like carbonated lemon lime.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a gamble that I am not willing to take. Something about lemon lime with cinnamon and nutmeg just doesn't sound right.
You won't know till you try.
That is a fair point.
Let's put that one on hold because that one actually might be real good, but we just don't know.
All right, this next one says, and this is gonna be the last one I read off of this list before we go to the next one. Next one says a sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the great taste of Miracle Whip.
I don't like mayonnaise.
I'm gonna say take out the Miracle Whip and put in just standard mayo, and that's it.
I don't like mayonnaise, period. No cap.
Alright. The next list. Alright, so this first one states there's no such thing as special occasion food. For example, cakes are associated with parties, but if I'm a grown man and I want cake because it's Wednesday, I'm gonna go get myself a Wednesday cake. So, special occasion food.
Well, okay. Well, yes and no. I agree with the concept of cake being like whenever you actually want it kind of thing, but my bigger thing is like a lot of families have like their family food traditions that they only eat at family gatherings. You know what I mean? Like, an example of that is my family, we have this thing that we make called sausage balls, which are just little baked balls of sausage and cheese. But we only really make those when the family is getting together. We don't really make them day to day or anything like that.
Yeah, I disagree with that opinion too, because like, okay, cake, whatever, it's basically sweet bread.
Yeah.
And y'all can crucify me for calling cake sweet bread. It is. I said what I said. It is what it is. But special occasion foods, it just hits differently. Like, for example, if you were to have those sausage balls like once a month,
it wouldn't be as special as if you only have it for special events. Yeah.
Or like a turkey.
A full turkey specifically, not like sliced turkey.
Yeah.
See, exactly. Like, again, in the general concept, I agree. There's no special occasion foods. However, there is a caveat to that. Of like, there are specific like family gathering occasion foods, be that turkey or ham for Thanksgiving or what have you.
A homemade oven baked mac and cheese that takes like a good hour or two to make.
Yeah, I think the definition of special event. Special occasion meal food is is food that takes longer than an hour and a half to make.
Yeah.
Because most special occasion foods are things that take long because they're not things you want to make all the time anyway.
Hell yeah, most definitely. This next one, breakfast is an anytime kind of food.
Absolutely. Hell, I had waffles for breakfast just last night.
Yeah, I mean, breakfast food is just so versatile. You can have waffles for breakfast, or you can have waffles and fried chicken for dinner. If you're still having waffles.
It's not even a versatile thing. I think it's just like a like human subconscious thing of like, whenever I have breakfast, that gives me more energy because that's like air quotes start of my day. So like every time you have breakfast, it like re-energizes you because it's like your body's just like, okay, I'm getting ready.
Hell yeah. I mean, I guess there's a reason why chains like IHOP and Denny's are still
24/7.
Going strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that breakfast is absolutely an anytime food. Not, I don't think you should eat it for every meal. Don't get me wrong, but you can definitely eat it any time of the day without having to feel bad about it.
For sure. All right. Cupcakes with super thick and ornate frosting are fun to look at, but rarely tasty.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of frosting. Like, just give me a plain cupcake or a cake with minimal frosting and more like filling on the inside. I'll be happy. I do not like frosting.
I think frosting is so gross and not even mid. It's just bad.
I don't think it's bad. I just don't like it.
It's just too sweet. Even if I get like that like mild-ish like buttercream frosting with like red velvet pastries.
Yeah. It's still a little too much. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to knock frosting. Like, there are times when I want just the sugar, but I don't want it every single bite of the cake. Like, if I get a cupcake with frosting, before I even bite into the cupcake, I lick off the frosting, and then I'll eat the cupcake separately.
Did you have some of that cake that they were giving out at work yesterday?
Yes, I did. I had a piece with very little frosting.
Ha! Lucky you. I got a corner piece. That thing was all frosting. 75% frosting, 25% cake. Bro, I was suffering.
But yeah, no, with cupcakes, I'll just lick off the frosting, then eat the cupcake as regular.
I'll just take the wrapper off the cupcake and use that to like scrape off the frosting and just have the cupcake in like one big gulp. Alright. This one we've talked about before. Pineapples on pizza.
Yes.
Most definitely, yes. The sweetness offsets the saltiness.
For some reason, I don't know what it is. I could not tell you for the life of me. Pineapples are the only fruit I don't mind baked. I think it's because even when they're baked, their texture doesn't really change.
Yeah, they still have that like
fibrous like crunch. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like apples and blueberries, they just turn to like mush.
Yeah, maybe that's why that's the only baked fruit I liked, just because it doesn't really turn into much. It still stays kind of crunchy, just warm.
All right, Chaos Crew podcast, leading people on paths of self-discovery since last year. All right, muffins are just cakes disguised as breakfast food.
No, sorry, it's not. Muffins have way less sugar than cupcake or cake does. They're also denser.
True. I will agree that muffins are different from cakes. At the same time, what is a muffin and a cake if not flour, water, egg, and sugar?
I mean, then what? Then you can use the same comparison for any type of bread. All those ingredients go into bread too, just in different quantities. All things breaded have the exact same ingredients, just with different quantities of each to make it more sweet, or what's the other word? Not bland. What am I thinking of?
Neutral?
Not neutral. It's not savory. It's like it'll come to me later, and I'm just gonna shout it out loud.
Right, but I'm gonna say this: bread has something that cakes and muffins don't have. They got yeast.
Yeast does not. But yeast doesn't have flavor.
But the bread has to rise before you actually bake it.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, they have all the same ingredients. Yeast is not a flavor. Does not have flavor. Doesn't add flavor. It just gives the bread shape
and texture.
And texture. Okay. I'll give it some texture, but regardless, it still has the same ingredients that everything that's bread based. Everything flour based has the same ingredients, just in different quantities.
A pretzel might have the same ingredient as a cake.
Say that again?
A pretzel might have the same ingredients as cake, but you cannot give me a pretzel and say, yo, it's cake.
Same thing with a muffin.
Woo-wee.
I got you there.
This is getting kind of hot here. Speaking of hot, this next hot take. Just because you like hot food doesn't mean you have to use the absolute hottest sauce you have.
Oh, yes, it fucking does.
I think whoever made this hot take probably has weak taste buds.
They absolutely have weak taste buds. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to feed someone else a spicy food that I can handle just because I don't know if they can handle it or not. But if I want something spicy, I want the limit of what I can handle, or else it's just not spicy. Same thing with sour.
True. Plus, heat has flavor, believe it or not.
Yes, it does.
Like, it's a real bad example, but at Buffalo Wild Wings, they have the mango habanero sauce. I'm not gonna give a random person the mango habanero wings, but for anyone who's ever had them, you can't deny the fact that although they will slap you upside the head, it still has a bit of mango flavor to them. And you can actually, and the habanero itself has a specific taste.
Yeah,
and it's different
absolutely.
from serrano or ghost pepper.
And hell, just this morning, not this morning, yesterday morning, I made my eggs with Carolina Reaper hot sauce because I fucking love that shit.
Dude, one of my old roommates gave me like a 12-pack of like mini hot sauces. Some of them brought me to Satan, but a good rest of them, yeah, still had some heat, but there was flavor. Like a green chili hot sauce is gonna hit different depending on what dish you're pairing it with than with like sriracha.
So yeah, no, I'm gonna argue. I want it. If I want spicy, I want it as spicy as I possibly can handle. Otherwise, I am disappointed.
Hell yeah. This one is interesting. I have mixed feelings about it. I don't think rice belongs in a burrito.
Okay. I unfortunately do have to agree. Not because it's a bad flavor. I do like rice in burritos. However, that's two starches. That's double starch in a thing. Instead of white rice, it should be like black beans.
Yeah. Like, I'm down for rice in my burritos, but at the same time, I don't need it in my burritos.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally double starch. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the flavor of rice and burritos, but if I wanted to go like really away from the starch side of things, I just replace it with black beans. It probably tastes better because black beans are more flavorful than most white rice.
Yeah, that is perfectly fair. Let's see. Why are French fries not suitable for breakfast, but tater tots are?
Who said French fries weren't suitable for breakfast? If that's just because of restaurants? That's just because that's when most restaurants open is 10:30 when it's more of a lunchtime period anyway. And we're talking about McDonald's. McDonald's French fries aren't good anyway, so why would you want those for breakfast?
I will say McDonald's French fries hit a little bit different.
They don't even hit.
Whoo!
They're soggy as fuck.
They do have a pretty good taste, only because they mix in pork lard with the frying oil.
I don't care. They still taste bad because it's always soggy and not and overly salty.
I heard from an ex McDonald's employee that a good hack to do is when you go to McDonald's, ask for fries without salt. They will make them fresh. That's pretty much the only thing.
If I want fries, I'm going somewhere else than McDonald's. That's my last resort for fries.
Like Checkers?
Like Checkers, yeah. You know what I really have been meaning to try and I keep forgetting? I want to get like the frozen Checkers fries, cook them up, and then serve them under eggs and cheese. Almost like chili fries, but with eggs instead of chili.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope. Sounds like if a bunch of gamers made a brunch restaurant.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
If no one takes this idea, you owe us money.
You do not, because we have not copyrighted this idea. I'm not getting in trouble for that, Gio.
Let me go hire a lawyer real quickly. If I had that money. Alright. The cookie part of the Oreo is better than the stuffing part.
See, that's just all wrong. Because the best way to eat an Oreo is to have it drenched in milk, and then eat it whole.
Thank you. You gotta like waterboard that sucker.
Absolutely.
Not until it's soggy, but just when it's just about to like fall apart, so it still has some crunch to it.
Use a fucking spoon if you have to do that.
Exactly. That's how a real man does it. That's right. I'm gatekeeping. What you gonna do?
But yeah, no. I'm sorry whoever said that, but yeah, the best way to eat an Oreo is just all together soaked in milk.
Before I read this first one, I gotta ask you. First off, sushi, yay or nay?
I don't like fish.
Oh yeah, we just went over that. All right, the next one. Red velvet is bullshit.
Fuck you. Red velvet is my absolute favorite type of cake, followed closely by carrot cake.
Same. I don't care if red velvet is basically chocolate with red coloring and a milder flavor. I don't care.
See, that's the thing.
Hits.
I like the milder flavor. I don't like super sweet cake. Heck, my grandma makes one of the best cakes I ever had. She makes a red velvet cake that has like sour cream in it. She makes a sour cream cake, so that like enhances the flavor, but also keeps it from being super sweet. Okay. It's fantastic.
Ooh, that sounds dope.
It is absolutely dope.
But I guess it makes sense too when you think about it. Sour cream, it's a dairy and cakes is good. This next one, you can use ground cinnamon in meat dishes.
I mean, would have to be something I try. I could see how small quantity cinnamon could enhance the flavor of some meats. I would probably use it with red meats over poultry. I could see how that might work.
Yeah, especially when you think about the fact that some curry does have cinnamon in it. So like, yeah, you gotta have like your spiciness and your heat from all the other spices, but like that little bit of sweetness in the curry with like the right like meat, it's good.
Yeah,
it hits. All right, this last one I'm gonna read. Okay, second to last one I'm gonna read. Roasted marshmallows are only worth eating if they have been fully caught on fire first.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
What's the point of putting it over a fire and just lightly melting it? If it's not burnt enough to where you can pull it off with your fingers and not get goo on your fingers, what is the point?
Like, I don't want my marshmallow to look like a corgi, like slightly tanned. Nah, it has to look like it's been fully blazed, caught on fire, and then you rip off that black burnt piece of skin. This would sound so bad out of context.
Why would you rip it off? You eat it all. You eat the whole thing, charred skin and all.
I'll take back my statement. I have the charred skin every so often, but not every single marshmallow. That's just a me thing.
Well, to be fair, I'm also the guy. We had this discussion yesterday. I'm also the guy who just ate whole peanuts. So you know.
And when he says whole, he literally means whole, like with the skin casing intact too. This last one I'm gonna read from this list. Circus peanuts and candy corn are not food and are completely repulsive.
Half of that is accurate. Well, 3/4 of it is accurate. Neither of them are food. They give you no sustenance at all. Circus peanuts are absolutely disgusting. Candy corn, however, is really good and delicious, but it's definitely not food.
Fair. Now, before we end off this episode, we're gonna do a lightning round of these hot takes cards. We're not gonna go into context. We're just gonna say a quick couple words and that's it. Are you ready, Jer?
I suppose.
All right. First one. Nicolas Cage is not a bad actor.
True, he is pretty good, just kind of annoying at times.
Good actor in bad movies. That's what I like to say. Of the 3 meals, breakfast is the best.
No. Dinner's better.
Breakfast for dinner.
Also better.
The smell of coffee is bad.
No, it's actually really nice. Just don't like the taste.
Yeah, when I worked at Starbucks for a little bit, the smell of the coffee beans whole slapped. The coffee itself did not slap.
Yeah.
Baths are better than showers.
More relaxing, agree. For actual cleanliness, absolutely not.
That's why I go with my technique of a shower first, then a bath. Let's see. Using a paper straw is pointless if you're still drinking from a plastic cup.
Accurate.
Most definitely. I think I'm going to end off with this one just cause it's pretty funny. But I'm going to change up the wording real quickly. Jasmine is the prettiest Disney princess.
No.
Fair. I will take that.
Just a simple denial. Nope, I'm not going into details on that.
Same. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Yep. But you forgot one hot take that we talked about before this episode began. The hot dog question.
Oh yeah. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It's not a sandwich because it has a connected edge. It'd be more of a pita or
a gyro.
Gyro.
I'm gonna one up you on that. Hot dogs are American gyros.
I mean, it's not really a one up. It's just to kind of agree with my original statement.
Yeah, true. But as a factual statement, a hot dog is just an American gyro.
All right, fine. I'll count it as a one up, even though it's not really. I'll give you the point for that one. Like half a point, really, but you know.
All right. Thanks for listening to our episode. Let us know if you agreed or disagreed with some of our opinions.
And if you agreed, you're allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
And let us know who you think the bigger clown is.
I said that wrong. If you disagreed, you're allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
Yes. Okay. That took me a minute. So,
well,
do you have anything else to say?
Nope. I'm pretty good. Thank you, everyone, for coming by. We really appreciate everything. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your month and try not to get run over by any cars.
You're not wrong.
And eat as spicy food as you can freaking handle. Test your limits. Go further beyond. Anyway, thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of your month and stay chaotic.
Peace.